Welcome back to the story of Tarble, the new Prince of Saiyans. Don't worry, we're going to get there eventually, but it's a story. Gotta take some time to get there. So as we left off, Trunks, Vegeta's son, was chosen as the representative to fight Frieza's henchmen, whose names are Abo and Kato. And we're getting right back into the mix, guys. Make sure you smash that like button. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe and make sure mobile notifications are on so you never miss an upload, as well as check the community tab here on YouTube on this channel, just in case mobile notifications do not go out. So, meanwhile, two other spaceships finally arrive on Earth, and we know who this could be. And it contains Frieza's henchmen, Abo and Kato, who look like two, you know those things you used to get, I think, at Kmart or Walmart. It was like the really squishy ball with like the different type of little pointy things. I'm not going to go into more detail. Some of you should know what I'm talking about. That's who they remind me of. Anyways, these two henchmen were pursuing Tarble, and they arrive at his hotel, and then panic erupts. Goku and others soon return and calm things down. Goku says to Vegeta that if there are two of them, they should also be two, which in Goku's way is saying, hey, we should make this a 2v2 fight. Like, Goku, why couldn't you just say that and make it more simple? Anyways, and he replies to that, and Trunks said, okay, cool, that should be enough. So Goku, going against Vegeta, then tells Goten that he could also fight on his behalf as well. Vegeta gets mad at Goku for letting Goten join Trunks in the battle, but relents and Bulma convinces him to agree. So the fathers have agreed to let their sons, fight side by side against Frieza's henchmen. Tells you a lot about how quote-unquote strong Frieza's henchmen are, and really how weak currently Vegeta's brother Tarble is. So turns out Abo and Kato obviously are remnants of Frieza's army who have taken control of Frieza's planets now that he's gone. So they're obviously in a little bit of a higher role as far as the hierarchy is concerned. More so on the basis that Frieza's just a banished, or I should say, has gone away from certain planets, and they have taken control of those planets. So puts them in a very interesting spot. Vegeta actually knows them, and he says they were supposed to rival the Ginyu Force in strength. So that is something very interesting that I don't think a lot of people would know. Tarble says that the two have become much stronger, and not even Frieza could beat either of them now. Now, this is coming from Tarble, so we have to take that with a pinch of salt, because Tarble also thought that Goku's power level was extremely low until he realized Goku was suppressing his strength. So Goku gains enthusiasm when he hears that they are only at Frieza's power level, and decides that it is alright for Trunks and Goten to fight them alone. First, Kato and Abo underestimate the strength of the children. Initially, the two adversaries get bashed and battered, but soon enough, the two decide to get serious, and they each split into three people. So it was two of Frieza's henchmen, and they've both individually split into three. So now it's like, what, 6 of Frieza's henchmen is what I'm going to call them now, fighting Goten and Trunks. So Trunks and Goten are soon restricted to their tremendous techniques, as the 6 people, or the 6 fighters, are defending and attacking Goten and Trunks at every possible opportunity. Vegeta advises them to sense their ki and locate the real Abo and Kato rather than using their eyes and their ears, but unfortunately the children cannot do so just yet. Vegeta is irritated that his son Trunks has forgotten the basics, but Bulma says this is because he never taught Trunks how to use those basics. He then says that Trunks lacks motivation, just like her, prompting an argument between Vegeta and his wife. And then Goku says that it is not the time for a marital quarrel. Goku, of all people, saying it is not time to argue with your wife, even though it seems like he's constantly arguing with Chi-Chi about wanting to train, and Chi-Chi's like, no, you need a real job, and XYZ. That's kind of funny. But Gohan offers to help, but the two ambitious children refuse help from Gohan. They settle on having Gohan merely tell them where the real Abo and Kato actually are instead. With Gohan's accurate advice, Goten and Trunks drive Abo and Kato to the wall. Now, cornered, Abo and Kato then decide they have only one option, and that's to essentially merge to become even stronger, forming the deadly Aka, which, gotta be honest with you, I did not see that coming. Aka, or the K, however you want to pronounce it, his name is just AKA, but I probably should call him AKA, then begins to relentlessly tear into Goten and Trunks with a slew of aerial attacks, including bouncing them into the sky with a barbaric thrust and grabbing them by their heads while tearing through the skies. AKA spins in a cyclone of deadly precision, tossing Goten and Trunks aside as if they were mere ragdolls. Put on the defensive by AKA's attacks, Goten and Trunks use their own secret weapon, the Fusion Dance. However, it has been so long since they have used it that they fail and become chubby Gotenks, so obviously they're a little bit out of the loop. They eventually succeed on their second try, and Gotenks overwhelms AKA using Yamcha's Wolfang Fist, Tien's volleyball attack, and to finish AKA off, they use the Dynamite Rolling Thunder Punch, going Super Saiyan the moment they punch AKA, propelling him into the lake. And I have to admit, I have a love-hate relationship for Gotenks. I don't like when Gotenks isn't serious because it really is the epitome of what a 9 or 8 or 10-year-old child would act like. But when Gotenks is actually serious and fighting serious, Gotenks is actually very enjoyable to fight because I love the different slew and variation of attacks that they come up with, attacks that they're able to create on their own, attacks that they borrow obviously from the other Z fighters. Gotenks is very unique in that sense, and I love when they actually take things serious. It's similar to Vegeta. I love Vegeta. I love when Vegeto's actually taking things serious and not just being a complete clown the whole time. So anyways, Gotenks has essentially annihilated AKA, but is he done and out of the fight? We'll have to wait and see. Now everyone except for Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Gotenks leaves the battle and decides to continue the banquet. They figure, oh, this is in the bag. Gotenks has got this AKA monster defeated. There's nothing to worry about. Well, suddenly, AKA then rises out of the lake and he is apparently very enraged. He fires his signature Wahaha no Ha technique, yes, that's the name of it, which hits Gotenks and causes the Satan Hotel to collapse. AKA then starts shooting his super, I'm just gonna call it the Wahaha attack, damaging each part of the hotel one after the other. In order to protect his friends, Piccolo deflects each super Wahaha energy bullet with his special beam cannon. Krillin then uses his Destructo Disc to protect Android 18 and his daughter Marin. Yamcha protects Bulma. Oolong and Puar from the falling rubble are protected by Yamcha's Spirit Ball, and Yajirobe is also able to save people by slicing the rubble in half with his sword. Master Roshi also protects a group of maids, LOL, from the rubble. Everyone is saving everyone. Yamcha and Krillin change into their traditional Turtle School uniforms because they realize they're going to have to get into this battle as well. Goku and Vegeta decide to finish off AKA. While flying towards him, Goku points out and asks, "What's that?" And Vegeta looks away. With Vegeta distracted, Goku takes off towards AKA, and then AKA fires a flaming Wahaha attack, which Goku is easily able to counter with his Kamehameha. He then nails AKA with a single punch. Vegeta later states that it was a dirty trick and tactic by Goku to distract him so Goku could essentially defeat AKA for himself. So, with all that being said, guys, AKA is finally defeated. The battle is finally over. Now, Videl tells her father that the hotel being smashed was essentially punishment for Hercule being big-headed, as usual. Satan agrees and promises to change his ways. Goku and Krillin said that he can make a wish to Shenron to rebuild the hotel, and they agree. The party starts again, and everything is happy-go-after after that. So, with that being said, we can obviously see that Tarble's strength, in comparison to what Abo and Kato were able to demonstrate once they were able to split and fuse and all that stuff, Tarble's actual strength, again, is really not that impressive, despite the fact that obviously Abo and Kato were able to merge and split themselves and gain a little bit of extra power, but still, realistically, Abo and Kato were no match for Goku and or Vegeta. Now, Gotenks was able to put up a good fight, and I'm not sure if Gotenks really could have defeated Abo and Kato just in their Super Saiyan form. Perhaps they should have turned into Super Saiyan 3, but all this kind of overshadows Tarble's strength, which is kind of the point of Tarble's character as a whole. Tarble in the current light is just not in any significant power realm to compete with the others, to compete with Goten, Trunks, and obviously his brother Vegeta, Goku, and even the other Z fighters, and that's the only unfortunate thing about his character. So with that being said, that's a real demonstration of his strength, which is hardly any demonstration at all, because again, he is just not powerful enough to compete with any true or real adversaries. Like I said, Tarble is using technology and relying on technology that at this point in the story is almost more than 10 or 15 years old and out of date. So that just goes to show you how far behind Tarble is, even in the race to becoming more powerful, to becoming stronger as he should be as a Saiyan warrior. And with all that being said, we can actually turn the table to a situation where Tarble would actually not be under the influence of that outdated technology, those outdated concepts, and how things would actually be if Tarble himself was actually training alongside his brother Vegeta from the beginning of the Saiyan saga, proceeding through to the Frieza saga, Android saga, so on and so forth. We're going to see exactly how strong Tarble could be if he was alongside his brother and not banished to some remote planet, and the version of Tarble that we actually obviously got to witness here in this story.